too slow or too fast. But it's okay, you take Norvasc 5 milligram once a day. I am not contrary, this is your decision. But again, you are working, instead of the abnormality becoming precancerous, you know, abnormalities are abnormalities. If it is abnormalities in the arteries, it gives you hypertension. If it is abnormalities in the pancreas, it gives you diabetes. If it's abnormalities in the heart, it can give you a heart problem. So if it's in the brain, it can be Alzheimer's disease, dementia, you name it, Parkinson's disease. So cancer is just a label that says you have gone very far, sir, with your abnormalities. That's what it means. If you go to the doctor and you have been diagnosed with any of these diseases, it's because you have been off balance for a pretty long time. You didn't get off balance in 1 to 2 weeks developing a diabetes or a Parkinson or a heart attack. It doesn't make sense. You have been off balance for a long time. Today, in 2013, in the 7 billion people that live on this planet who are not really taking care at this level, they are developing diseases, and diseases are escalating. Not because the food does not have what we need anymore, it's lacking, but because also there is toxicity, which is the unidentified flying object, UFOs, in our body. What are these invaders? Heavy metal toxicity. Heavy metal toxicity. One heavy metal is mercury. You get a silver filling. They call it silver filling, but it has majority of mercury. I don't know why they call it silver filling. It has more mercury than silver. Then, well, nobody wanted to call it mercury filling because people would get scared. There are today, imagine how this world is so messed up, down to the bottom. There are today still dentists in 2013 that are so conventional that they want to still put silver fillings in the mouths of people, knowingly that the mercury gives heavy metal toxicity. Mercury goes to the kidneys, the mercury goes to the brain, it contributes to autism in children, it contributes to heart problems, it contributes to Alzheimer, it contributes to a lot of things. It contributes to an abnormal DNA. So, heavy metal toxicity, radioactive material, Chernobyl, and the Japanese plant that has exploded and still leaking in the ocean. I mean, you name it. We are surrounded by toxicity no matter what. Well, one person would say, I am going to leave Albany, Georgia. Why do you want to leave Albany, Georgia? Well, Dr. Nakouzi, you said it's toxic. I'm going to go to the Himalaya and live by myself with some sheep and goat. Okay, I'll produce milk like the time of Abraham. You will not be able to. I tell you why. Not because it's icy conditions, but because even in the Himalaya, sad to say, all the toxicity that is put in the air by civilized countries, more so than third world countries, so United States, Canada, Europe, East Europe, China, Japan, that manufacture cars, manufactures guns, manufacture all sorts of things, manufacture airspace shuttles, all that stuff is going in the air. And where it's going? It's going to the North Pole and the South Pole and the top of Mount. So there is no, you will have to go to the moon. The sad thing is there is no atmosphere on the moon. You can't live anywhere. So there is no escape. No escape. We are condemned in this toxicity environment in the sense, you lost, I think, something there.
You're right. Oh, get it? Toxic.
Toxic material. He got scared. So, because we have so much toxicity and we are lacking in the right proportion of elements, we are desperate for something like DNA136. So going back, if we have a condition, we go up to 2 scoops. once a day or one scoop twice a day. But let us say that now you're not pre-diabetic, but you are a really diabetic. You need glyburide or glipizide or insulin or one of those heavy-duty medications. I am not against those medications, and it's not my place to criticize. I am not here to do that. You could do whatever you want, but remember that at that point you need to go up to 3 scoops. Because 2 scoops will help you, but not enough. Your toxicity has reached a very high level in the barrel. There is a barrel of toxicity. When we are born, we are here. We still have toxicity up to here, even when we are born. So we need 1 scoop. If we have a condition that is known, that is mild, the toxicity level has gone up here, we need 2 scoops. If the condition is severe, for example, diabetes, we need 3 scoops. Look at what level of toxicity you are. If we don't do anything about it, but we take just our insulin and we fool ourselves. Why we fool ourselves? Because like the cancer patient, takes the chemo, knocks off the cancer, does the surgery, does the MRI, no more cancer, I'm happy. Happy fool. Honestly. Because the cancer did not go away. If you think that the cancer is that cancer mass, then you're being fooled. The cancer mass is the manifestation on the surface. The roots and the plants are underground. You need to take the roots of that plant. If you cut the above ground, it will flourish again. Give it some time. You need to take it from the root. Here is the root. This is the extremity, the deepest part of the root. You take it from here up. So now we cross the diabetes. Now we have diabetes and hypertension, and we had a heart attack. Ooh, mamma mia. You have a level 4 of toxicity. You need 4. You need 4, because if you have 4 levels of toxicity in the barrel, how are you going to clean? Remember, every day you're putting toxicity in your body. Imagine a sink. There is a faucet above the sink. From this faucet is coming poisonous material. Poisonous material. It's an old home with oxidized copper tubes, and every water coming down is spilling heavy metal toxins. Stuff that is very toxic. Your body is that sink, and the faucet is bringing toxin every day. The little hole that you have, where you drain, that's how much is the level of scoops that you're taking. If you're taking 1 scoop, you're making an opening like this. If there is little bit of toxin coming in the sink, it drains from this. But if I open the faucet a little bit more, that's not enough. We need 2 scoops. If it is more and more toxins coming in and it's not enough, we need to open to 3 scoops. The diameter of that draining from the sink opens up and you eliminate them. Remember that every day, no matter what you do, even if you live the best lifestyle, let us say, you are a runner, you run the marathon every day, you wake up early, you sleep early, you get enough hours, 8 to 9 hours, and you eat all organic foods and vegetables. You have a kitchen, you have a cook who is paid by you to prepare to you every meal. At noon you eat, and then at dinner you eat, and you do exercise. No problem about money, you have an open account. And all what you do is you read magazine, newspapers, you speak, you make friendship, and you're having a good life. That is also toxic. Because the air you're inhaling is the air of the city of Albany,
Planet Earth.
planet Earth. You're still inhaling radioactive material, you're still inhaling allergens, you're still inhaling CO2, you're still inhaling a lot of garbage that is thrown in the air. You're drinking water, no matter what filter you have, there are certain things that you cannot possibly filter. No filter ever says 100% if you look at it. It's impossible. So you're still having some stuff coming. Let us say you put a shirt on your neck. To make this shirt the color it is, they have to put a color. That color is touching the skin all day. That skin is taking that colorant. That colorant is going in the skin, absorbed in the fat, and going and circulating in the body. You put stockings. They are made of petroleum-derived material. You put the shirts, you put the ties, you put jewelry. You put things on your body. Makeup, deodorant, well, different makeup. If it is an organic makeup, it's less toxic. If it is not an organic makeup, it's more toxic. But the point is, you have toxicity, so you go up. If it is severe condition and multiple, you're going up to 4. But if a person has cancer, by definition, you start at 4. You start at 4. It's cancer. Are you kidding me? Even stage 1. Even what they call DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ in females, which some are debating if it's cancer or not. I don't care. It's ductal carcinoma. Carcinoma is a form of cancer. If the scientists say it's cancer, not cancer, it's only a terminology. The body, to produce a DCIS, it had to alter itself for a long time. So, I would start at 4 scoops at stage 1. Stage 2, every additional stage I add 1. So the formula would be, in the case of cancer, would be the magic number 3 plus the stage. 3 plus the stage. Stage 1 equal 4 scoops. Stage 2, 3 plus 2, 5. Stage 3, 3 plus 3, 6. Stage 4, 3 plus 4, 7. Terminal is 5. There is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and there is terminal. What is terminal? Terminal is the doctor says, listen, my friend, you're not going to make it. You have about maximum few weeks. I think you should go to not a nursing home, but a hospice. You should meet with your family, take care of your assets, take care of your will, do what you have to do, because your days are counted. If your days are counted, then we can count 3 plus T. T is a 5. It's beyond stage 4. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is a starting point. But if you want to do a good job, you would start even, if it is a terminal case, you start with 10 for about a couple of weeks. To jump start this reaction here, to bring you to a terminal level, means it's so frozen. You really need a massive jolt in the body to jump start your metabolism. A good 10 scoops, I don't care how you take them. Should I take the 10 together? I don't care. Take 10 together, take 5 twice a day, 3 times a day, 2 5 times, any way you want. By the way, I was sitting with Jonathan today in a restaurant, Italian restaurant. I said, Jonathan, do you have a couple of scoops of DNA136? He said, yeah, I have it. I said, let's take it in the restaurant. I put 2 scoops. Because I had to do the seminar, I needed a little bit of, energy. I put 2 scoops.
Going like you took 4, right?
So I put 2 scoops. He said, what are you doing? I said to the person serving the table, I said, listen, do you have some extra virgin olive oil? She said, yes. She brought a nice, It's an Italian restaurant, so she brought a nice cup of extra virgin olive oil. I put it in the scoops and I started mixing them. They mix very well with the oil. And the oil, what is good about the oil is that the olive oil, good quality olive oil, is expensive by the way, but a good quality olive oil is what is needed for the liver to kind of keep going. The liver loves the olive oil. Okay? So when you mix that with the DNA136, first of all, the taste becomes so pleasant. Something about the olive oil, it takes away that extreme taste for some of us, and it gives that pleasant thing. And I had Jonathan taste it. He said, "Oh my goodness, you opened my eyes. I have to tell Joanda, his wife, how to mix it with the olive oil. This is wonderful."
Put it on bread or what?
You put, no. Well, you could put it with bread if you want.
Would you eat it like that?
Yeah, eat it like that. Jonathan suggested, go ahead.
It was shocking. You know, when he started mixing, I said, this man lost his mind. That's going to be the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. And then he just forced it on me. And I said, oh no, I'm going to throw up. This is not good. I was shocked. It tasted really good. I said, you take this and spread this on some crackers, and this is going to be really nice. So it was the vanilla, it happened to be the vanilla. So I can't fathom trying it with any of the others, but the vanilla was definitely very good.
You have a question?
Yeah, so I'm wondering what the ingredients are in this and
In the DNA?
in the DNA, and
Good.
how is it manufactured so that when it enters the body, it's not a foreign object?
Okay, very good question. So two parts for the question. Go ahead.
Can we present a few folks
You're right.
that had some,
and then we
some
can do the
results,
question and answers.
and then we'll take that question first?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's some individuals here. Some of them have been using products, not just the DNA136. Some of them have been using a few of the other products, ImmuneRx and
Of course.
a few other things. So maybe if some of them would like to share their story, we'd love to just hear some of their results. Dr. Sherman, you've been using one of the products, is that right? Would you mind just sharing?
Yes, but not that. I've been taking
Hang on.
Zavita, but I haven't been taking this.
ImmuneRx. You took the ImmuneRx?
Emerald.
The spray and the capsules?
Oh, yes. I take that, and it seems to increase my energy. I sleep too long, I'm retired. I don't get up until 8 o'clock. I used to get up at 6. I feel real good. I have no digestive problem. But I didn't know that I was going to be presented tonight.
That's okay. That's okay. We
Yeah,
can
but
Are you interested in the DNA136 now?
well, I'm thinking about that, but more important than that, I'm going to go to the dentist. I have some of that mercury that I've been carrying for years.
Okay. To answer not your question, but to answer your statement or make a comment, you can go to the dentist. You can change the silver filling to a white filling. You do your body a good service. How much this is going to prevent this reaction is going to be only partially, because the silver filling or mercury toxicity is only one small part of the big equation. How do we jumpstart this to become a normal chain reaction? You need more than now. If you do this nutritional program and still have silver filling, what you would be doing is this. You would be accompanying the molecules of mercury that is circulating in the body and circulating in the kidney and circulating in the brain and other tissues. You would be coaching it out of the body because you have enough of these elements in the right proportion to do the job. It is better to do the nutritional program of DNA136 plus change the silver filling to a good filling rather than do just the DNA alone, 136, or just the silver filling alone. So You have to approach the matter from different angles. Okay?
Councilman Manning?
Sorry?
Councilman Manning?
She asked a question before, maybe.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, we're gonna get back to
I
our
was gonna
questions.
ask a question about the civil feelings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to the questions. If you hold it, make a note, please, if you can. Catherine Manning? Mrs. Catherine?
Yes, my name is Catherine Manning, and well, I would say the cancer's gone completely, but I'm here, and that is due to the fact that I took the immune NRX, the tablet and the spray, and also I took the Immunical too, and it is very, very good. I was diagnosed with cancer in 2011, and I was stage 4. And I think in February of, I'm getting kind of old. I'm 65. And with the chemo that I took, it caused you to have memory loss. And you can't remember everything correct, especially the dates. And, but anyway, I did the CAT scan. Well, not CAT scan, what you call it? PET scan. And they said I was, and my sister here was with me, and she told me, she said, well, we didn't see no cancer anywhere, and all we see is just white spots. It's gone. You know, we looked at each other, and we said, I said to myself, I know it wasn't gone, so I knew I still needed to take, well, I started with the Immunical. I had started with that immune MRX, and let's start to remember. But anyway, I started taking the immune RX, which was this, it's been about 2 months ago, may not been that long. And when I went back to the doctor, I think it was in March, they told me that my cancer had started to go back up. And it just was unbelievable what she told me. She said I was, it had went up to 189, and now it had dropped to 83. And I was taking the Immunical and the MRX. I didn't say MRX. The capsule and the spray. Then after that, I went back to the doctor, I think about 3 weeks later, it had went down to 67. So, and that's very good, I would think. So, and I'm gonna continue to take it, and then I'm gonna start on that, which was talking about that DNA 136.
Excellent, thank you. Your name, please?
Esther Pittman.
Esther Pittman, okay.
Y'all can't believe 2 sisters had cancer.
Well, could you
But,
just pause 1 second?
uh
Could you explain maybe just for a little bit why the DNRX might have had an impact on her cancer?
The previous,
Yes.
okay. What's your name again?
Catherine Manning.
Catherine. The question was, why would the immune RX, everybody knows about immune RX?
No.
No. Okay, let me define immune RX, and then I will answer the question that he asked me. Why would the immune RX, which is not the DNA 136, has such a deep effect on the patient? Immune RX has spray and capsule form. The difference between the spray form and the capsule form, both of them come from the colostrum, which is the first milk that comes out of the mother animal. The first milk. In nature, that first milk, called colostrum, to distinguish it from regular milk, which the mother will give, continue to give, is extremely rich in immune system factors. Extremely rich. Up to like thousands of times a regular milk. Why would the Creator put the colostrum in the milk of a mother in the first few hours, up to 18 hours, because the newborn animal, when it goes out to the outside world, is immediately exposed to some insults and toxicities that would wipe that poor newborn out of existence, that would kill that newborn. So he needs massive amounts of immune system boosters to cope with the situation. He was intra-utero, the life inside the uterus of the mother is comfortable, is warm, is non-toxic, is nice, clean, is nourished, is having all the care that it needed. But now in the outside world, it's completely different. It's separated from the mother. So though that colostrum will provide the newborn all what it needs to have an effective immune system. Scientists have said, well, why don't we take that stuff and give it to ourselves, even though we are not newborns? When we have a problem with our immune system, let us strengthen our, it works. When they did the experiments, it works. So what's the difference between the spray and the capsules? The spray and the capsules are both from the colostrum, but the capsules have, in addition, some of the immunoglobulins from that milk that are not present in that same quantity in the spray. But that said, in the spray you have a much higher concentration of those master molecules that coordinate the immune system and make it work close to perfection. So in an orchestra, you have the director and you have the musicians, each one with an instrument. Without a good director, it's chaos. This person here sitting in the first row doesn't know what the person in the last row. She strikes a note, but then a tenth of a second she strikes another note, and a good listening ear will know this is not a good group. It cannot go like this. So you need a musician that when he does the strikes, everybody in the group is going at the same pace. This director of the orchestra are the molecules that are present in the colostrum, in the spray. Is very, very key. But if you also take the capsules on top of the spray, you are adding immunoglobulins. There are 5 classes of immunoglobulin. What does it mean, immunoglobulins? Globulin means a peptide that has a globule shape. In other words, you know, it's a shape sometime like this. They call it globulin. Although the shape of the immunoglobulin is different, but that's the original term. Immuno means it is a globulin that will serve for immune purposes. What is immunity? Immunity is our defense system against invaders that would constitute a risk for our life. A virus, a bacteria, a parasite. We need our immune system to fight. It's our army that fights invaders. Now, immunoglobulin, there are IgM, IgG, IgA, IgE. IgE are the secretary because they are present in secretions. They are present in the lining of the lungs and lining of the intestines. And there is abundance of IgE in the ImmunoRx that is capsules. So when you take the ImmunoRx capsules, you're protecting the lining of the lungs, the lining of the sinuses, the lining of the oral mucosa, the throat, the lining of the trachea, the tubes, the bronchi, and the lining of the intestine. The ImmuneRx spray goes beyond that. The spray has the director